friends, welcome to story time. I'm Miss Jen. Today we have some scarecrows on our flannel board. Let's count how many scarecrows there are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 scarecrows. And as you can see, there's a crow on each of our scarecrows. Okay, so let's do our poem. It goes like this. 5 little scarecrows by the barn door. 1 went home. Bye, scarecrow. And then there were 4. 4 scarecrows by the old oak tree. 1 went home. Bye, scarecrow. And then there were 3 little scarecrows with nothing to do. 1 went home. There he goes. Bye. And then there were 2 little scarecrows out in the sun. 1 went home. Bye, scarecrow. And then there was 1 little scarecrow all alone through the day. He scared all the crows and they all flew away. If you had to scare a crow, how would you do it? Would you go boom? You could try that. Okay, great. All right, we'll just leave him up there. And our story today is called The Little Scarecrow Boy. And this story was written by Margaret Weiss Brown. Let's read The Little Scarecrow Boy. Once upon a time, in a cornfield, there lived a scarecrow and his scarecrow wife and their little scarecrow boy. Every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow went into the cornfield to make faces at the crows. And every day of the world, this little scarecrow boy wanted to come too. And every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow said, "No, no, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow." So every day, the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. Every day out in the field, Old Man Scarecrow waved his arms and made terrible faces. He made such terrible faces that the crows nearly lost their feathers at the sight of him there, and they flew far, far away. Ooh, that is a scary face. Every evening, when the sun went down, Old Man Scarecrow came rattling home. And all evening he sat in his scarecrow house, teaching his little scarecrow boy how to make fierce faces. Old Lady Scarecrow whistled through her straw teeth at the looks of them there. But early in the morning, when the sun came up, it was the same old no. "No, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow." So the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. Then one day, after the little boy had learned all 6 of his father's terrible faces so that he could make them one after the other, he decided to run away. Early the next morning, he would go out into the cornfield and he would frighten a crow. So before the sun was up, or Old Man Scarecrow was up, or Old Lady Scarecrow was up, the little scarecrow boy slipped out of bed, dressed quietly, on tiptoe, and went quietly out of the house. And there he goes. Over to the cornfield, up on his father's post. in his father's place. It was a fine, shining morning with the sun gleaming green down the corn blades. Crows circled in the air far away over the trees. The little Scarecrow Boy waved his arms through the air. He had never felt fiercer in all his life. And then came flying a big black crow. Oh, oh, oh! The little Scarecrow made his first fierce face, and still came flying the big black crow. Oh, he couldn't scare him. Oh, oh, oh! The little Scarecrow Boy made his second fierce face, and still came flying the big black crow. What's the matter? What's going on? His third face. Oh, oh, oh! Time to go! So the little Scarecrow Boy ran, and he ran down the corn rows. The black flapping wings made a noise now, and looking back, he could see the blue sky through the ragged feathers of the nearest crow. The crow scared him. He ran and he ran, then he stopped. His fourth face, and still came flying the big black crow. So he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran, and the crow flew and he flew and he flew and he flew and he flew, and the little Scarecrow Boy ran. And then he made his fifth and next to fierce face of all, and still came flying the big black crow. The little boy had only one face left now, and hardly any breath. Even so, he stopped, and with his arms stretched wide above his head, and his fingers drooping on his hands, he gave the big crow the sixth face. And whoa! The old crow flew backwards through the air, feathers flying everywhere, until there wasn't even the shadow of a crow on the land. A scarecrow at last. The little Scarecrow Boy knew that he was as fierce a scarecrow as there was in all the cornfields in all the world. That is one scary face, isn't it? Ooh. And then he saw a shadow in front of him, and he looked up, and there behind him was Old Man Scarecrow, his father. And his father was proud of his little boy who had made all 6 faces at the crows. And he picked up his little Scarecrow Boy in his scarecrow arms, and they went home to breakfast. And when the little Scarecrow grew up, he was the fiercest scarecrow in all the fields in all the world. The end. Yes, his father taught him well. Well, thank you for stopping by today, and I will see you next week. Bye.